respect for them.
Joey Barton.
Joey Bart.
What a piece of shit. What a piece of shit. This guy's bad for football,
pissed,
Al.
Dude.
This is
pissed.
your
I want
boy.
to see one more year out of him.
I got no love for this
dude,
dude.
18 months?
Hussey Dua.
Cool.
Yeah, he's going to retire.
I got no
By
love
the time
for
he gets
this
back, he's going to be
dude.
old man.
Yeah, no, it's over.
He
It's
seemed
a
like
force of time.
he seemed like one of those dudes who's like, good to have good old Joey back. He's a dickhead.
went in the fridge. Yeah.
He's a
They
dickhead.
need to be in the fridge.
That's
Yeah,
true.
the
Guinness.
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 Drink them all.
Yeah, technically.
No one, Huss?
Oh, perfect. We got 3. Oh, that's
Nice. Oh, I'll cheers on my Capra Sun.
Capri Sun?
Capra
It's
Sun?
Capra Sun.
It's a Capra Sun.
It's a Capra Sun.
I've been saying this shit forever.
Oh, so it must be right. Okay, Hussey.
Yeah, it's a Capra Sun.
Yeah, it's a Capra Sun. That's how it's done. If you
No,
want to
it's-
cheers with my Capra Sun, you're more than welcome.
I'll cheers to a Capri Sun.
The
There
fuck
you
is a
go,
Capri
yeah.
Sun,
I
Al?
don't know
I
what that
fucking
is.
know.
It's a Capra
Wait, so
Sun.
we're giving a shirt for
That's right. Giving
Oh,
away a
we're
shirt.
on?
Oh my God! Look at the
Oh,
burr.
boy. Oh,
Look at the
wow.
burr.
We're on again?
Yeah, we're on
Look
again,
up.
off again, on again, off again.
Spilling beers over here.
Hey, surprise, surprise, guys! So we posted earlier.
Oh, my God.
Damn, everyone's spilling. Amateur hour. This is my
Yeah, you
first
got it.
beer
Yeah,
ever.
Look at this.
Drink.
I just spilled.
Oh my bad.
I don't know.
guys.
I just didn't want to waste.
Hussey just looked like a girl waiting on the corner right there with the beer thrown into his mouth.
No.
Look at See that?
I don't waste beer.
That's hilarious.
You got
Oh
every
my
last straw.
God.
Good man, Hussey. Good man.
So earlier we posted on our Facebook, and if you're not on our Facebook, liking / following our Facebook,
You
you're
should
probably
be.
gonna miss out this one time. I know you guys hook it up with support for Instagram and Twitter, but Facebook gives us a little more room to do the footy thing, so we tend to post there the most. So if you haven't liked our Facebook, go like our Facebook. But earlier we posted a little status update, basically asking for the PFC Nation to shoot us some questions. We've never done this before, but you know, a light bulb went off a couple of weeks ago. I think one of the guys brought it up, maybe Farid, saying, hey, man, I have a lot of friends listening to the podcast, and they want to get through to you guys. They want to ask you questions. Is there a way you can sort of facilitate that? And we just decided to post that status. So we have a few questions. We're going to run through all of them, and at the end, we're going to vote for the best question, and that person's going to get a T-shirt.
Lucky you.
PFC T-shirt. No applause, guys. No. Yeah. Fucking sleepy
So
bunch.
you need to press the button, the applause
true.
button.
I'm inviting people out there. Was this dance hall?
Right.
That's what you're making dance hall?
Let's kick off with Holly Williams, maybe one of 5 female followers. Thank you for your support, Holly Williams. She asked, hey guys, what would you like to see United do with their striker situation for next season?
Nothing.
With Ibra being out probably the rest of the calendar year and having not signed an extension yet, should we just rely on Rashford or sign another world-class number 9? Thanks, a thumbs up. Go ahead, Al.
I love the thumbs up, first of all. We got Rooney. We're all set.
Oh
Put him
my
up top.
God. Oh my God.
Just die hard.
Oh my God, I'm
man.
gonna throw up.
I'm kidding. As one of 2 United men in the room, Ibra sucks.
What?
His injury sucks.
Oh.
Shit, Al.
Yeah.
The Ibra
What are we
situation
doing
sucks. So don't misquote me on that, Hussey. Jesus.
No, I'd be quoting you
But-
exactly how you said it.
But with Griezmann up for grabs this summer and Ibra out, it's almost like a twist of fate that this injury happened. You know, he's out. Martial's on the outs or something. I don't know what's happening with Martial. I hope he stays.
Mourinho's happening. With
I hope he
Martial.
stays. I know Rashford's not going anywhere. Martial might be going, but if Martial, Rashford stay, bring in Griezmann, I think. I want to see Ibra stay until he gets fit. Like I said last episode or one before, if we make Champions League next year, or we're in the group stage or knockout phase by this time, we have him there off the bench.
So 250,000 a week.
Oh, we can't afford it. Yeah, you're right.
No, I know that, but
Richest club in the world. We can't afford it.
no, but I mean, it's just that's a lot of money.
You know why it's not a lot of money? We're losing the Ibra contract because he hasn't re-signed. I don't think they'll re-sign a guy who has an injury for the next 9 months.
Well,
so his contract will expire. So there'll be no wages paid from August all the way through January whenever he comes back. Should he decide, he's a free agent at that point too.
Yeah.
So
If he gets fit, he can come back whenever he wants.
He can choose to come back, or he can go to MLS like he's a free agent when he gets back. Unless, for some weird reason, he signs with United signs him right now, which I doubt they will. So, losing those wages. We lost Busty's wages, got sold. Rooney's leaving this summer, basically. I mean, it's not quite in stone, but he's basically leaving this summer. So that's his wages out the window.
Is he like at 300,000 or something?
Yeah, he's the highest
250
paid
or
played.
something, 280.
Yeah, so we picked up Pogba, but we've always had like 2 or 3 superstars getting that kind of money, and we lost most of them. So there's a lot of room to play with as far as the wages at United.
Now, what if Griezmann doesn't want to go? I mean, let's
No,
look at it like
we got Morata.
Atletico.
So today I saw Morata's story. So there's Morata on the table,
More realistic.
Greasy on the table, Aubameyang's unhappy on the table,
Belotti.
Belotti on the
Belotti
table.
is very strong.
Who would you prefer then?
Lotti's going to be
I'd take-
expensive.
I would take.
All of them are.
Yeah, true, but
Yeah, you got Dybala as well, who's not quite a number 9, but can
He's
sort of play that false
the
if you
most
want to play
expensive.
Martial or Rashford at
he's
9.
world record.
And
I think
Lukaku. Lukaku's still
You got
floating
Lukaku.
around. No
Yeah.
one knows what Lukaku's doing.
You got Kane, maybe some way, somehow.
yeah.
I personally don't want Kane, but what I'm saying is
He's still
there's a
out
lot
there.
of forwards. Ask me about center backs and I'll struggle.
So
a
out of
little.
those 6 or 7,
Give me the greasy one because he's proved and tested. He's done it on the international stage as well. I'll take any of them, to be honest.
What about
Aubameyang,
Lacazette?
Morata.
Is he not good enough for United, basically?
Morata,
I think
Lacazette.
Lacazette.
I think Lacazette's a risk. I think he can be good enough for United, but I think what Mourinho wants is a sure thing. That's why he's going after guys like Morata, who did it at Juventus to the point where his old club exercised their buyback option to get him back. So Morata's proven it. Griezmann's obviously proven it. Aubameyang sort of proven it.
Sort of.
Look, only sort of because
Germany?
I don't think he has as much heat as he deserves. I think there are pieces. He's missed a lot of sitters. He missed a sitter today, actually, in the game. I think that scares off the
Scored a
lot.
sitter too.
Brilliant. I think that scares off. When I look at the rumors, man, Aubameyang's rumors, there are not a lot of rumors around him as much as Morata, who I think Aubameyang's better than. But Morata's got more rumors than him.
Mertens?
Greasy does.
Just
Mertens,
listen to these numbers, though. In the last 3 years, Aubameyang, 14-15 season, 25 goals. Next season, 39 goals. This season, not done yet. He's already on 35.
In 41 appearances.
I 100% agree that his stats, they don't lie.
Yeah.
Where's Madrid asking for him? Where's Juventus? Where's United? Where's Chelsea? There's something there that we're not seeing. The stats, with his stats, he should be every season
The fact
100 million.
The fact that he's still there is a miracle. The
That's-
fact that BVB have been able to hold on to him, I
It's
love
the
it. I
price
love
tag.
that he's still there.
It's the price tag. Is he
But Lever's
worth
price-
the price tag that they're asking for? That's what it is.
For
The
what,
market's
maybe
inflated.
1 or 2 more years in his prime.
Because Madrid, I don't think is willing to pay that 70 to
But that's
80
the-
potentially that they want when they have Benzema, they have Morata and wait in the wings. They're probably gonna shift Ronaldo into the middle. You look
They're
at a club
talking
like
about Leva as
PSG.
well.
PSG looks like a club who actually would pick up Aubameyang
But
as
again,
Cavani's aging.
But again, they're not linked with him. That's my
They
that's
are.
that's my
PSG is.
weird, but not heavily. Like they're linked, sort of like
On that caught off sides tip.
yeah. It's not like on ESPN. It's not on Sky. Like it's
Yeah.
not in the prominent places. So it's a little underground linkage. So
PSG's been more hot on Coutinho than they have been on Aubameyang.
I mean,
yeah,
Barca.
it's weird, man, because the numbers,
funny.
his stats, man, are he should be the easily the most sought after striker this summer, and he's not.
I think this is a good question by Holly because at the same time it doesn't overlook Rashford, but we get caught up in all these guys who are worth 50+ million euros or dollars, and you forget that you have a special guy right there and there at number 9 who, yes, needs some support,
Yep.
but he also needs the first team time. He needs to be on the pitch and playing. If you bring in one of these big dogs, I don't think he gets as much time.
But
I-
you bring in Griezmann. Also, I think he's the biggest, most likely candidate for the Pogba connection too. Best friends,
Yeah.
best friends from France, on the national team at least.
Grew up playing together, grew up
But-
competing
Yeah.
together for the national.
If you want to say
team.
that, then Lukaku, because Lukaku has a very good relationship with Pogba as well.
but
not as
but,
tight.
yeah,
Yeah,
They
they're
don't- they
they're
don't-
pretty.
Hussey-
They go on vacation together. So
yeah, but they didn't grow up
One-
together.
one time?
Yeah,
so they're
but-
friends.
no, not one time, dude.
How many times? How many times?
A couple.
A couple?
Yeah, at least
how do you
two.
know this?
More than one.
Because they post on Instagram.
This summer, yeah, we saw it
They
this
were in
summer.
Vegas,
but
yeah. But what else?
There was,
They
I
were
don't know off the top of
They
my
didn't
head
make it to
exactly
the
when,
Euro
but no,
finals
there's
together,
been multiple
man.
times. But
These guys made it
still.
to Euro finals. That played together in the France youth
Us,
ranks
and-
their
and-
whole life. I
and
understand what you're
has-
saying.
Griezmann
but
has
they're French.
mentioned it. Yeah, Griezmann has mentioned it, saying
I would
this
love to
would
play
be
with
a
Pogba
plus.
one day.
Yeah,
It's
a
just
lot of people
like
would want to play with Pogba
Oh
one
my
day.
god, you're impossible.
there he
you
goes.
are actually
All right,
impossible. You
so-
and your turtleneck. You're like fucking.
Just got back from training. It was raining.
All right, Gilligan. All right, Gilligan. Jesus, look at you. Get the hat on. You shipwrecked?
You're the one with the striped shirt, like a sailor.
You guys need to see the visual.
Gilligan.
Huss looking classy as fuck. Where are your black rimmed glasses, dude?
Yeah,
That's
one
what you
step away from
need.
Waldo.
And
Those glasses on.
and a pipe.
About to listen to some snap poetry over there.
Now do slam poetry. Why do I go through this?
Anyway, Holly,
Alright,
Holly, great question.
Hilarious, bro.
I think you have somewhat of an answer from us. There's multiple options
So
out there.
essentially, I personally think,
Yeah.
just to wrap it up, we should bring in a heavy hitter because of the immense pressure on the club. I don't think right now is a good stage for Rashford to be on. I mean,
By
it's
himself.
too much
It's
heat
too much.
by
But
himself.
don't
yeah.
forget, Pogba was a different story, but if you do not make Champions League,
Oh,
through
yeah,
you-
then none
I
of
mean,
us-
then does Griezmann leave?
Hell no.
Maybe.
Hell
Well, he
but
leaves for
probably
another
not.
club, Barcelona, like he said, or his agent
Yeah.
said. Little snake.
But
Next
Champions League
question.
is so crucial for teams like United and Liverpool.
Still got Pogba.
Agreed.
Next question. I mean, we going full name here?
Ah, shit. My bad, Holly.
Yep. Don't worry, we'll give you address out next time too. Josh, shouting us
Josh
out.
K, what up?
Switching it up a little bit, the discussion to will Bournemouth be relegated after next season?
Who wants to take this?
Ooh, Eddie Howe.
Hell no. Up the cherries we go. Actually, they might.
Well, someday.
They might. If they do not reinforce this back line, they will be
Great shout.
relegated. If they reinforce the back line, they will stay up. They play great football, great stadium, great fans. They should stay up.
Charlie Daniels isn't enough?
He's all right, but he's not.
Look, he's a
not
fullback, which is fine. Like, I can sort of see them getting away with the fullback position, maybe. Those center backs, you got to get someone of class in there, man. Cook, good enough, but not
Bench.
to keep you.
Bring him
Yeah,
off the
Don't
bench.
forget
That's
about
depth,
keeper.
That's depth.
They need to get a better keeper as
and
well.
There's a
Borg.
shout,
Borg's
too.
37 years old. You need to reinforce that.
And
Got
not
a
only
neck
that,
tattoo.
Valdez.
Bring in
Valdez
But
in there,
Millsborough
right?
going down.
their
Pick up Valdez.
number one signing last year was Jordan Ibe. He is not produced. Jack Wilshere, if he does not stay with
toast.
Bournemouth, or if he does not
Oh, he
recover
already
from
got
his injury,
recalled back to Arsenal.
well, I'm saying even if
He's
he,
going to China.
but the thing, yeah. So they need another central guy. But if King and Wilson start doing what they do, and Wilson can stay injury free, those guys very well might not be with that club. So I'm thinking this
Really?
coming year after what they might get sold to somebody else. So this coming year they'll be fine. The next year.
Why don't you
After-
use numbers? What year
So
is
what-
this?
what is it?
So the
It's
2017-18
yeah.
season, they'll be fine.
They'll be fine.
Okay.
18-19, they're going to be in a relegation battle, survive. Then 19-20, they're going down.
Write it
I
down,
see.
folks. You heard it here first. Hustradamus.
3 years from now.
Because someone is going to get sold, they're not going to recover because it's not so much selling people for the price, it's about who you bring in. Ask Liverpool.
So next year they'll be fine, though. You think next
Yes.
year Eddie Howe maintains the ship,
Dig
steadies
it.
the ship. All right, thanks for the question, Josh.
Luke, we're going to give you a last name out, Witty.
Fan favorite.
Yeah.
This is a PFC legend right here, PFC Nation
This
legend.
is a Chelsea beach.
Yeah, that's a minus for me. That's a minus. There was talks about a Super League, basically a Champions League, but only the elite clubs would be in it, a.k.a. Real, Barca, Bayern, Chelsea, Man U. Would you guys be up for a league that is an elitist league? And have you all heard anything about this?
I remember reading about this over the summer. Maybe it was even last summer. And I hate it. Hate the idea. It's all about, I mean, it's cool. I'm not going to say it's not cool because it'd be awesome. Who doesn't want to see Juve play Madrid twice a month or something crazy? But it's tough to where, I mean, the people who are formulating this, is it for the money or is it for the sport? That's where I'll draw the line. You know, is it for profit or is it for footy?
Love the question, hate the idea. That's like saying, hey, do you want to have the World Cup every year? You want to leave a little bit something special in the Champions League. Also, when you go back to domestic, you see smaller teams play up through they just play out of their minds against the bigger teams. And if you strip those countries out of the best teams, we're talking about fans maybe not going to as many games, as many matches, because I'm sure that Leicester, well, no, that's not a good shout out because I'm sure that West Ham, if they didn't sell out every single match, I'm sure they're selling out every one when United comes to town or Arsenal comes to town.
That's true.
Or so that takes away from the younger team, smaller teams, but also when they play those teams, they are learning something. They're growing themselves as players. They have to play against those big teams once a month or so. So by having that league with the elitists, not a good idea at all.
Say cheese, Hussey.
Stop.
I had to capture this.
Look, man, I don't know. I'm kind of torn. Honestly,
You're torn?
Is Arsenal involved in this league?
No, not yet.
If Arsenal's involved in this league, I'm all about that.
Road to 8. Road to 8.
I think
6 points, bro.
Let's do it.
Road
If
to
we're
8.
left out, then I'm like, all right, I'm outside looking in.
No, I think they'll be.
They'd be too busy with FA
There are a
Cup.
lot of ideas around it, and a lot. Obviously,
Right,
this
we'll
is
be winning cups while Liverpool once again cupless, not making Champions League.
We're going for Champions League,
Yeah,
not
right.
FA Cup.
All right, Gilligan.
Hey, Gilligan.
We'll fire that out every time. You
Slam
attack
poetry,
this
dude. It's
episode.
not Gillen. Slam poetry.
What were you saying, bro? Forgot. That's okay. I'll take it from here.
You didn't even give him a second to think.
that's gone.
No, it's gone. I can tell it's gone. Look, man. Again, I know I'm biased towards it. We did receive a similar question earlier in the week about whether it would eventually become boring just to see all these top clubs essentially, win over and over again. If you're one of their fans, the answer is no. It's not boring. If you're not, then obviously if you're with a smaller club, it's annoying that the chances of winning a league is so slim. Leicester City is a freak accident, basically what happened to them, but it's unfair to some, it's fair to others. If my club's involved, I'm all about
Look,
that.
I think what they were going to say is that there'll be a relegation system. So whether Juventus, Real Madrid, if they get on the bottom of that list that season, at the bottom of the table, they get kicked out. New round of people come in. The problem is, it's not logistically worked out. This is still, an idea in that, are you relegating half the league to pick up, one team from France, one team from Germany, or, do you only relegate 3 teams? Then how do you decide if it's a German team that comes up? Is it 3 German
very
teams?
confusing.
It'd be confusing, but it's logically
they're talking
possible,
about,
man.
potentially making it if you're eliminated from the Champions League qualifier or something like that, and you're a big team, then you might potentially be able to sneak in there. So there are a lot of
it's all
values
what ifs and hypotheticals. So it's still way far away. I'd prefer not to see it. I dig the concept. It's like watching video games every weekend. But I think, like I said, it sort of takes away from the foundations of football, from the little man getting up for that big game. Crystal Palace beating Chelsea a couple of weeks ago.
Well, then it's like if everything go on to win the Prem, it'd be like the year Jordan retired because there was no Chelsea, United, or in City
all
or
the
something.
best teams just kept getting plucked.
Yeah, it's like there was the competition pushing for the top of the table. It takes away from the sacredness of winning the EPL, which is, Leicester won for the first time in hundreds of years, over 100 years. Pretty sure that's a fact. It was the first title.
The wage gap, the money gap between teams would get even wider because where NBC has to supply every team with a certain amount of games on TV so they can make a certain amount of money. If the big teams leave England or Spain or whatever, but just let's talk about England with NBC. If those big teams, the top 4 teams, leave England, NBC leaves EPL. They go to the elite team.
Would be a league. I think this would be a cup sort of league. So essentially you have Champions League, then you have this Super League, which would almost surpass it because it's the best of the best.
But to make it
It
work,
takes away from Champions
to make
League,
it work, you'd have to address the number of games in the league. You know what I mean? It would have to hurt the leagues. You're right. Maybe they won't pluck these teams out of their domestic leagues.
Maybe it hurts Champions League, and instead you
That's
stay
what I'm saying.
in your domestic league.
That too.
You leave Champions League, and so then those lower teams in the domestic leagues get a chance to jump in to a less valued Champions League because there'll be a new competition. That's
all right.
So it sounds like as if they have a good formation right now. They have a good form, a good system right now. It's almost like an appetizer, dining, and dessert. They're trying to get the dessert before the appetizer, get the appetizer,
Why'd you
the
have
dinner,
to take it
and
to food
then,
us?
and
Why'd you
then,
have to take it to
and go
food,
back
man?
to dessert. They want dessert twice.
Wasn't enough for you to get free lunch today from the lunch ladies?
Chicken nuggets, double milk, some chips,
Well done, mate.
Extra-
well done with that.
extra, some salad, some fruit. Oh my God, it was awesome.
Got the hook up.
And
Big time.
old friend Federico Suarez, Arsenal supporter.
Come on, you Guna.
Works with my boy Caesar. What up? Why do you guys not have a Jackson 5 Podcast FC team like your Short Sox team? Willian, Witzel, Fellaini, Cuadrado, David Luiz. The list goes on. Federico, round of applause,
son.
bro. What a great suggestion. We're gonna get this out next couple of weeks. Maybe once the season's over, we'll put together something a little pretty. Great suggestion, man.
Yep, look forward to it.
James, Blackpool. I'm just giving out last names, man.
I know.
I can't because I see these guys on our Facebook every single day, like interacting. So like I feel like they're my friends. You know, like am I crazy?
No, it's all good.
Jimmy B.
You must have
Code name. Jimmy says, "How did each of you come to support the team that you do?" I'm a United
Let's make
guy.
it quick.
Yeah, United guy. Real simple. Didn't know there was soccer outside the MLS for the first 10 years of my life. TV came on one day. Man U was playing. David Beckham company. Went from there. My older brother, now he's a Chelsea man. He was a United guy too. Followed his lead. Jumped on the bandwagon right there.
This dude Al, so sentimental over here.
I was sentimental,
Cool.
man. Glory.
Bussington.
With me, I mean, my soccer watching days started actually with, Al and Farid, because I didn't get those channels at the house, so I started going over there. So I didn't actually support a team so much because
Until
I was
last year.
Nah, funny. Funny.
Funny because it's true.
Yeah, right. So when it came down to it, I wasn't really so much supporting a team, but I would just be watching games here and there whenever I was over their house. Maybe we'd watch a couple, maybe we'd just watch one. I'd watch the big games, all that kind of stuff. And I'd see certain plays I really liked. Then it came down to, I liked Henry. Then, it came down to me liking El Nino, Fernando Torres, and
so
then...
you're an Arsenal fan first.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You were creating guys in FIFA on Arsenal.
I wasn't so much an
Yeah,
Arsenal fan. I was more Thierry Henry fan. And same thing with Fernando Torres. But when he left for Chelsea, they're like, "Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do now? What are you going to do now?" I'm like, "Well, you know what? I'm going to sick of these games. You know what? He's out. I'm staying with the team." And you know what? To be fair, I picked the worst time to be their fan because they went down so hard. So you know what? It's not like a fair weather fan or
You're hardcore.
Yeah, it's not even like a Fenway because we're from Boston. Oh, Fenway Sports Group. They bought no, forget that.
Yeah, they weren't Fenway back then.
No. So for me, it was more or less jump from liking certain players and then finally just saying, you know what, you can move on, but I'm staying with the club.
That was beautiful, Huss. That was beautiful. Well done.
Shut.
Beautiful.
Oh my God.
Beautiful. Slays me every time.
So me, I was super young watching my dad watch an Arsenal game, or at least it was an English team that he wanted to win. I think it was Arsenal. I was really young. I don't remember the teams, but I do remember the team they were playing against. That was Man United.
You see that setup right there? Nice little setup right there.
And when they scored, my dad just lost his mind. He was so pissed. It must have been like a cup game or some super important game. And I remember just giggling my ass off thinking, yeah, if there's a team that can make this, superhero dad feel this way, that's the team I'm going to support. And I've been there since, like the early 90s? Been supporting him. Actually, no, right after Fergie came in.
So right when Scholes came in.
What?
No, Scholes was a little later.
I thought it was only like 2 years.
No, Scholes was a little later.
That was only 2 years.
Fergie's first year was 86 or something. Like
Oh,
86,
I was like, yeah.
Scholes
We were
came in.
infants.
Yeah, I was super young, dude. That's why I don't remember like who. I'm assuming they were playing Arsenal because my dad
okay.
freaked out. Lost his shit.
Yeah, man. Mine's a little bit of a weird story here because my entire family, essentially, all my cousins support Man United.
Damn
And
right.
I was young.
Great family.
And I
Great
tried
family.
to jump on the bandwagon a little bit. I was like, yeah, you know what? I guess I'm a United fan too. My brother's like, nah, son. You're not allowed in this group right here.
Oh my
Can't do
God.
it. You're not allowed to be a Man U fan. I was like, all right.
You're not
fine.
allowed? Fine, I'll just go to another red
he's
team.
Like, yeah, he's like, pick another team. Like Newcastle and Blackburn was like nice at the time. I was like, I kind of like them. Then my dad supports Arsenal as well, and they were ripping it back. They were ripping it up back then. The style of play is what really attracted me to
The
the team.
nostalgia.
The style of play, the leaders they had on that team, and the Rocky Road Castles, guys like that who I learned of a little bit later, really attracted me to the club. And going against the grain, essentially against my whole family, I went with Arsenal, man.
Love it, man.
Almost became a Newcastle United fan.
I know,
Wow,
seriously.
Blackburn.
Oh my God.
Or Blackburn.
If you were Blackburn,
It's like
Jeez.
That would have been miserable.
you wouldn't even be here right now. We wouldn't allow you on the show.
Tom would be hosting PFC
And here comes Tom from the
Championship
Championship.
podcast.
He would have been relegated from the show.
Thank God, I didn't choose that direction. Man.
Well, actually, if
Terrible.
you're Newcastle, you might have to, be in,
I'd be
been
so
in the other
amped if
room.
I was Newcastle right now.
Yeah, but you'd be in the other room doing your own show.
Yeah, but they're coming back. They're coming back.
Tell me
I'll be
we knock on
promoted.
the door.
I'll be promoted.
Not yet. Not yet. Not till August.
Andrew, great question, James. Andrew Martin asks us, would love you to get your thoughts on today's rumor about United trying to pry Willian away from Chelsea in the summer. Let me tell you, Andrew, Chelsea pried Willian when they first got him. He played against us, I think, 2 years in a row for Shakhtar. And I remember, besides the afro, I remember just thinking this dude has to go to a top 4 club anywhere in the world. He was powerful. He was super fast, just the way Huss likes it. And he was skillful. And he had a cannon. And he had decisions.
So
and he
good.
was work rate. He had all the pieces
Also
there.
coming from a club with good success rate, Shakhtar.
With Brazilians.
Yeah, with all the Brazilians.
Yeah.
We had an odd year with Anzi, Machakala, or whatever in Russia.
Yep.
I think maybe him and Eto played on the same team for like a year or something like that.
And then
But
Anzi went
Not even
bonk.
a year.
This little
Half a
this
year.
little
So-
rumor, I guess we got to give Tiki credit for this one, man, because he kind of called it out a little bit. Let's give him two claps, 2 fingers. That's a little 2 finger
Oh,
salute.
I gave Shannon 2 claps.
Yeah,
the
man,
man.
just a little 2 finger salute.
know what?
For that.
I mean, I have to give him the claps because I agree with Tiki because this would just be smart because first Tottenham was going in for him, then Liverpool, and I was like, yup, this is a dude, here we go. And then he
Got
like
really excited.
yeah, like last day, it's like, oh, he's going to Chelsea.
Dude,
okay,
and
never mind.
he's started only 13 games in the Premier League this season. That is shocking for a guy in his
I don't know
prime.
why.
Well, they have too
Rotation.
many players. It's rotation,
It's
man.
because
Well, it's because he,
you
got
he wants to
Hazard.
play Moses and not. I
Well,
mean, in
no,
the formation.
Pedro.
started playing
That
really
Chelsea
well
No,
this
but-
year.
I just love to see Valencia and Willian on the right flank. It'd be,
Dominate.
But
lethal.
Willian said he
It
wants to
would be
retire
lethal.
Chelsea, though. I mean, I know those are words, but I feel like he's the type of dude that, would stick by his words,
I don't
think.
believe. I think you
I
stick
think
by
he
your
would.
words if you're getting playing time.
Like,
As
he's...
soon as
Yeah,
you're
right.
not getting
That's
playing
it.
time,
Everything
everything
changes.
changes. Dude.
I guess.
Everything changes.
Because I don't know his relationship with Jose, but, I mean, obviously Jose coached him and knows what he's all about. And
Dude, he's
I feel like everyone knows what he's about. He has
Everyone
almost
does.
everything but height.
Dude, I've never seen him be lazy. I've never seen him be soft in the
That's what
tackle.
yeah.
Like
He fought for Jose
he
last year too.
attacks. Yeah, man. He was the
Went
only
all
one
the
playing
way.
last year. The
And
only
you can tell
Hazard took
he's
a nap.
actually putting in the work off field because he went from not being a free kick master or specialist into developing his
Well, remember,
free kicks.
remember last year he put in the work. Last year too, he went like 4 or 5
Yeah.
games in a row. Something we were questioning: is this Payet territory, or whatever?
Yep.
Unfortunately, it fizzled. But still, man, he's got that in his locker, like you said, man. He's adapted his game. I love this guy. I really wish he wasn't on Chelsea because any other club besides Arsenal, the top 6 or whatever, I'd buy this dude's jersey, man. Love this dude.
He'd be great at PSG or something like that if they want to
He'd be
splash
great
cash.
anywhere, Husk, including
Whoa,
Madrid
yeah.
and Barcelona.
Yeah.
This dude is a beast.
He allows to go. I can't think it was Turkey. He allows to go through 2 people.
He's
He's outrageous.
unreal, man.
He's outrageous.
13 Premier League starts.
Yeah.
Shocking. And Jeff, Austin Wall, should Martial and Rashford go on loan?
No,
Go ahead.
no,
What about Martial?
no.
Why not?
If you're going to get rid of Martial, sell him. No, he stays, he plays. No.
It's not that simple because clearly we're seeing he stayed and he was linked with the Sevilla loan in January.
I don't put him
and
on
he's
loan.
Not playing
I
as
don't put him on
often
loan.
as I believe he should be.
I don't think they go on loan at all.
Look, basically, Mourinho's...
No, not prediction, but
Yeah.
do you think should they?
No, I don't think they should.
Can you say something else other than no?
No, when it comes, well, obviously,
No.
Rash.
Bring it
Yeah, I
down.
thought this was a discussion show.
Yeah.
When
Sort of pride out of him over here.
Next question.
Slam poetry right there. No. Let's just get into it. When it comes down to Martial and Rashford, we made the argument for Rashford. He has to play. We said the argument when, he could bring in Griezmann and all these other guys, but is he going to get the time? Same with Martial. He's the type of the player that he's good. We saw him last year. He was the bright spot besides at the very end with
last week.
Rashford. But
Goal and
exactly,
assist.
when he plays that position, the number 9, he does well. On the outside, he's learning a little bit. Maybe they can transform him into the winger. But Martial and Rashford, also, if United does get into Champions League, they will need more depth.
Definitely. I think they should stay. If they go out on loan, assume they're probably going to be sold. Mourinho is not the type of dude to loan players and keep them. So they go out on loan, assume they're going to be sold. So in my opinion, no, they shouldn't go out on loan. We live in a weird age, man, where there's not a lot of patience anymore for players. And because I know Tom feels strongly about playing youth, but having watched Fergie blending youth in and out of squads for decades, I think what he's doing is fine, man, Jose. He's making these kids hungry. Sure, they're getting frustrated, and some of them will leave. Some youth will leave. It is what it is. We lost Pogba, for God's sake. So if Martial feels that he should be playing more games than Jose thinks, all the power to you, Martial. Off you go. But my club being a club, Man United, that often has nurtured youth through the pressures of playing for our club, I think he should stay. I think they should both stay. And Fergie's right there in the wings as well. You know, Fergie, it's not like Fergie resigned from the club and left. He's still he's still on the board of directors. So I am almost positive that him and Mourinho exchange notes, that he's more of Mourinho's mentor. Because when Mourinho was at Chelsea, he admitted that him and Ferguson would grab drinks all the time, a glass of wine all the time. So there's already that father-son, that kinship kind of relationship. If Martial wants to leave again, I say power to him. But I think he should trust in Jose. He should trust in Man United. At the right time, he will get his playing time.
Still young. Still has plenty of time to make
man.
it at this club. I think he just needs to bide his time a little bit more. And, I mean, Jose rewards hard work.
Yes.
And he's come out and said it multiple times. He says Rashford can do everything wrong in the field, but it's what he tries to do. You know, the effort involved. And Martial with the dead eyes, maybe he doesn't get that in practice as much as people like Rashford, players like Rashford. But if he just shows that, he will play. And if Griezmann comes in the summer, if we sign another striker, that's 3 options. So you got to fight it out. If you want it, you want it. If you don't, You're not the right fit for the club. You're not going to die for the club.
You want a starting 15 on your team. You know, so you want those 6 guys on the those 4 or 5 guys on the bench to be almost reeling every game, to be like hungry, to be annoyed, be unhappy that they're on the bench, because as soon as you bring them on, guys like Willian, Fabregas, guys like those shouldn't be. That's a bigger case, Tom, in that those guys should be starting wherever they go.
Yeah.
You know, the youth.
Easy.
The youth for me is a bit more balanced. Fabregas shouldn't be starting wherever he goes.
Okay, I agree with that point. My main point for the reason why Martial, and only Martial, should go on loan is playing time. He's at the point in his career, just like Michy Batshuayi, where you need to be getting playing time. Fabregas, he was starting at 16 years old. 17 years old. He captained Arsenal at 19. Don't worry about Fabregas. I know what he can do all throughout that time. Fabregas
not being worried about him.
All I'm saying is
he should be starting.
He should be because of his level. Pedigree. But mentally, he's more prepared to come off the bench versus a guy like Martial, who's young, and Fabregas essentially has reached his peak because he played when he was 16. Because he played all that time. Martial, he won't be able to reach his peak if he doesn't play.
What's Fabregas' peak? Sitting on the bench?
No, I'm just saying his peak development. Fabregas is who he is at this moment. Now, his form can increase or decrease, but essentially,
he's done growing.
He's an 86, 87 overall. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, whether he plays better or not. Martial could be top 3 Ballon d'Or type of dude, at least last year when I first saw him. When I first caught him,
I don't think so anymore.
He was looking. Now, just because he hasn't played this entire year, basically, he's been in and out. His development is decreasing. His potential is decreasing.
I think part of it is blaming the player, man. Like, what has he done?
100%.
Has he given the coach a reason not to bench him? You know, but Rashford plays all the time.
Well,
so there's the formula right there.
After getting a goal and assist against West Brom.
Watch, he'll play, man. Because Jose is not like Wenger. You know, he won't just bench a guy who's hot for no reason. So Martial will play most likely in the derby, especially now with Pogba being out as well. We need all our big guns. Rashford will most likely. We're going to go with youth, man. So I think you want them starting more. In my opinion, I think they're starting plenty. There are plenty games at Man United. We're still in cup competition.
So you have to remember that 2019, Martial's contract ends. So if you send him on loan next year, he very well might not want to come back to United.
Agreed.
So you might lose a 60 mil investment for free in 2 Januaries from now.
Good
so
point.
you have to keep him on the team.
You might lose him this summer.
Yeah, but at least you're getting money for him.
Yeah, it means losing for free.
But in 2 Januaries, he can sign for free for anywhere. Because if you send him on loan this coming year, he's just probably like, fine, I'm done with you. If you don't want me, then I don't want you. And then I'm out in January. Well, not January, but I'm signing out.
And lastly, we got Stewart, Bar, legend, who...
It's got to be Bauer, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be Bar forever,
Big Stu.
but it is Bar.
Big Stu.
Who should Liverpool be targeting as a summer transfer to fix their leaky defense? I'm going to jump in this one. Right away, Ryan Bertrand. Right away, I don't understand. Liverpool are desperate for a left back.
You want him?
He's English. He's an English-capped left back, so he helps you in that homegrown status. He's ex-Chelsea. He's got the pedigree.
Being linked with Chelsea.
He's balling.
Scored yesterday.
Scored yesterday. Come on. Ryan Bertrand, left back.
Ryan Bertrand's one. The other, Liverpool and Jurgen Klopp need to throw all their weight. If you make Champions League, you need to throw all your weight into Virgil van Dijk.
That's the thing where I think is
Throw all
Southampton
your weight
going to
into
sell
those
both.
two. If you get those two, you're fine.
But is Southampton going to sell both?
Yes.
If you
Yes.
pay.
Southampton's a selling
what
club
about-
if you pay. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, depending on the price. What about Mendy from Monaco?
I think everyone's looking at him.
Yeah, I know,
And
but
if
I don't
you-
think you'll get him.
Yeah, I don't think you get
Not big
him.
enough.
I think you lose out to a Man City.
But they're also looking at
When
a
it comes to
couple
that
young
regard.
guys from Atletico, and we know Atletico. I mean, they're
Dude.
one of the best defensive teams in the world. So getting anyone that's like
Who on Atletico?
B plus, I don't know exactly the. No, I can't think of the name at the
No,
moment.
I'm just going back to the root of the question.
No, they are looking. They are looking at a couple people from Atletico. I can't think of the names at the
Jimenez is a
moment.
beast of Atletico.
There's
Uruguayan, young.
There's an
Uruguayan
outside back
center
that they're looking at
Look,
right now. He's like 21 years old.
My point is
I
that
can't think of his
Bertrand
name.
has done it in the EPL at Chelsea and Southampton, so he's done it at a top
Champions League
club.
final.
period.
Huh?
No, it's in Champions League final.
Yeah,
There's no transition period for him.
But I mean,
he's a beat. Yeah,
Is-
right away he's
he's
plug
just
and
a
play.
is Southampton going to?
Yes, Huss.
Sell
they,
both of them.
They sell
And-
Yes.
everyone. Yes.
But at the same time,
they sold Font without a replacement.
So
They-
Theo
what do you do
Walcott
with
when
Milner
he's
then?
like
Does
the
Milner
young
play?
no, Milner goes to D mid now. Plays the Henderson role.
He plays his actual position.
Yeah.
No,
It's like,
that's not-
no. We lost the center back.
well, to
Lucas
be-
Leiva.
well,
We can't play him at
To be
center back
fair,
now.
well, you can't really say that's his actual position
Right
because
mid.
when he started out, he would start out as a forward.
No,
And
no,
then
He was
moved
a
to-
forward.
then started
The
out.
fuck?
Then he went
He was a right
then-
mid.
wrong.
No.
Then went to attacking midfielder.
You sure about
No.
Let
Look
go,
it up.
mate. Let
that?
it
No,
go.
I'm not getting into this.
Look it up.
You know, I'm not going
What-
to get into
what team did he first play for?
a battle with
What team did he first play for?
with Huss via position because the Robbie Brady thing, he kind of got me on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
lesson learned.
I was intense that he was a right.
All right, guys.
midfielder.
So that wraps it up for the question segment. So feel free anytime you see us post that. We're gonna post it on a regular basis to throw out your questions. We'll record a little audio action for you guys to hear us answering them. Let us know what you guys think of this. If you guys like it, want us to keep doing it, let us know. If you hate it, let us know. Well, don't let us know if you hate it.
While we were shouting out fans, just want to shout out this kid Evan. Farid and I were juggling out in the Commons. Met this kid
Boston Common.
involved in the cannabis industry. So I mean, I guess he's doing some random stuff with that. And as we know, it's legal in Massachusetts.
Good man, Jeff.
Shout out Evan.
Questions?
All right, so let's figure out who wins the shirt. I guess I don't know. How do you want to figure this out, Tom? What question were you thinking?
I think the most gripping question, which essentially engaged us all and took the longest to answer, was Holly's question.
Yeah, Holly!
Woo! So,
Lady listener.
she will be receiving a complimentary Podcast FC Show T-shirt just for sending in a question, guys. You know, we love to hear from you, and, you know, we just want to interact more and more with our fans.
We're feeling real generous lately, guys. So, yeah, feel free to follow our social media. Tell your friends. Tell your mama. Holly, send us a direct message on Facebook and with your address, and we'll get that shirt out mailed ASAP. Again, thank you, everyone, for submitting your questions. Of course, the hardcore PFC Nation listeners coming through with the questions, as always. We appreciate that.
Yeah, we promise Tiki won't read out your full name and your address
God damn it.
and your social
No
security.
promises.
These are my
Live on
friends. These are my friends. Thanks for listening, guys. Catch you next time.